On this video, I'm going to share with you the story on how I generated my first $10,000 month online. Hey, what's up my friends? Nick Rapkalis here, and welcome back to the channel. As I just mentioned, I'm going to talk about my first $10,000 month, how I really orchestrated that, and how I went on to continue doing that over and over again, okay? And basically, yeah, I want to share my story, and I want to share basically the model on how I really did this, because there was a big shift. There was one specific thing that I did where I shifted that, where I was, making a little bit of money. I was making, a couple $100, a couple $1,000 here and there. But it wasn't until I really made this one shift to where I actually started generating like a decent sizable income and really going up from there, okay? So if you have not already, make sure and subscribe to the channel, make sure and follow me on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you like this setup. I just got back to Arizona. We're kind of redecorating our apartment a little bit and thought this was kind of a cool little setting here, especially with the success canvas in the back. So anyways, let me share just quickly, briefly, if you don't know my story at all. I used to, I was searching online forever trying to figure out ways to make money online, right? And I tried all sorts of different things. I bought all these different programs that were promising me the world and just under delivering drastically, right? And I was getting very frustrated because I was looking for this secret. I was looking for this thing that was going to make the magical fix. And that's just what I was conditioned to believe and think, that was out there somewhere. And it wasn't until I actually got connected with some mentors that really instilled the fact that it is a skill, and really what it comes down to is generating customers. And we talk about that all the time on this channel. And ultimately it comes down to generate customers, generating sales, whether that's for your business or for other people's business. That's really the two routes that you can go. Now, obviously it comes down to a few different things. It comes down to generating traffic and then converting that traffic into customers. Really, those are the two things. And if you can get very good at those two things, you stand to make a lot of money. So when I first got started, I was doing the affiliate marketing and I was selling different products and services for other people, right? And it was great. I was making some money. I remember the first day I made my first online commission. It was $25 commission minus processing fees. So it came out to be like $20. And that was great, right? I was making those. I had like a $50 commission, a $100 commission, and I could see the wheels start turning. But at the same time, I kind of looked at it and been like, well, this is gonna take a while, at the rate that I'm going, making these commissions, it's great because I got this whole new rush of actually generating money online. And I never done that before. I never really ever started generating sales and customers and all that kind of stuff, but I started doing that and it was great. It was awesome. It was something I never experienced before, but again, looking at it, I'm like, this is gonna take a while to get it towards any type of serious income, $5,000, $10,000. And that was like my big goal always, to get that $10,000 mark a month, and then obviously go up from there. So I was like, well, this is gonna take a while. So I started doing some research and I'm figuring out like, how do I really take this skill set that I've just acquired and really gotten better at? How do I make this even better and make more money? Well, I ultimately came down to the fact that there's 3 ways that you can make more money when you're doing this type of online marketing stuff where you're selling other people's products or your own products. And that comes down to, obviously the first one, generating more customers. So if I just kept on generating more customers and hundreds of customers, I would essentially get to that $10,000 mark that I was after. The second thing you can do is sell more things to your current customers. So if I had other products that were relevant, then I could sell that to them. And that's what I talk about all in the Ascension model. And I talk about that on all sorts of videos on this channel. So if you have not subscribed, make sure and do so, but you can feel free to go check out any of my other videos on that type of stuff. And the third way is to just increase your prices. And this is known as high ticket. And I really saw this and started doing more research on it and discovering that this really was the fastest path towards getting to my first $10,000 month. And so I started doing some more research on this. I started understanding this, and there's some intrinsics that go into it. And if you guys are interested in a little bit more in depth, I'm thinking about putting together a very detailed video training on really how to set up high ticket and really structure it and really how to leverage and implement it so that you can actually reap the rewards of it. So if you guys are interested in this whole high ticket model and you want me to put together a more detailed training, I will put down high ticket down in the comments, and then I'll start putting that together. But what I want to get into the details here as well. But basically, it ultimately comes down to just raising your prices, but also raising the value inside your product. So if you are an affiliate, then you have to go out there and look for products and services out there that are very valuable and people are already selling them for a high dollar amount. And that's really what I did in the beginning. I leveraged other people's products and service in the beginning, and that's why I was able to do high ticket, and that's why I was able to have results and have my first $10,000 a month. Ultimately, what it came down to is that I made 3 sales and they're $3,000 each. So that put about $9,000 in my pocket in addition to all the other little sales that I was generating. So that was where my first $10,000 a month came from. Now you can see why, if I didn't do that, if those regular sales were just $50 sales, $100 sales, I would have been well under, I would have been still right around the couple $1,000 mark. Instead, because of the fact that I raised the prices, I started selling products and services that were high ticket, meaning they were high dollar price point, but they're also higher value. And that's why I was able to achieve that. But the other great benefit of going high ticket is because you actually get better results for your customers. See, here's the thing, and I heard this stat recently, is that people buy courses all the time, and there's a lot of people that make a lot of money selling courses. But the problem is that most people that actually join a course, just a standalone course where there's no community or anything like that, there's a very low percentage of people that actually come through the the membership course and actually achieve results. It's only, a small percentage of people. And that's because of the fact that there's not too much value attached to it, and besides the video trainings. There's no one-on-one help, there's no community, there's nothing like that. So those are the type of products that are sold for lower price points, and that's in the informational space. But if you couple that with some type of one-on-one coaching or a group coaching, in addition to the membership course, there's a more intimate connection with the person that created the course and the actual customer. And because of that, then there's a higher success rate within your students, your customers. So that forces you to add more value, and then also allows you to charge more. So when you charge more, you give more value, it actually helps your customers out, because there's more connection and you can really help them in that sense. But also, and what I came to understand after this, or once I started really investing into programs that were multiple thousands of dollars, it puts skin in the game for you. Before, I was investing into $25 courses, $50 courses, $100 courses, and those were the results that I was getting. But when I started investing into programs that were $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, those are the type of results I started getting. You want to become the client that you're looking to attract. That's one of the biggest things that I got from one of my mentors. And the thing is that it's a wide variety of things, but it forces you to put some skin in the game and get emotionally invested. Yes, you're putting a good chunk of change in there, you're putting a lot of money in there, but because of that, you're emotionally invested. And when I bought my first program that I really needed to invest in, I actually didn't even have the money. I borrowed $3,000 from a friend, and that's really what got me in. So I was very emotionally invested. So the reason that I recommend that you go high ticket is that it gets you financially invested, it gets you emotionally invested, but then you just have skin in the game, and you take this stuff a lot more seriously. And then when you're selling, then you just have a better affinity to these high ticket types of things, and then you can start selling these as well, and you can start getting an understanding for what goes into a high ticket program. And then on top of that, you can help your customers, again, whether that's you're an affiliate and you're helping other people get customers, or it's your own products and services, you're really helping people. By charging more, you're helping people. As crazy as that sounds, I used to not really believe that, because I just thought, well, I don't want to charge these people too much because maybe they don't have it or they can't invest in that. But you're really helping people when you're charging more, because of the fact that we talked about. They're more financially invested, therefore they're more emotionally invested, and they take it more seriously. People that buy $7 ebooks are not that invested. They're just like, oh, they want to come in and check it out. Or they buy a $47 video training course. There's definitely value in there, and some people can have results, but like I said, there's a very small percentage of people that come through those type of things and have results. So if you're not charging more, then you're gonna be making less money, but you're also not gonna be helping your customers out as much. and therefore you're not going to get any much more transformation. You're not going to be able to get testimonials and results, and then your business kind of hits a plateau where it just, like for me, before I went high ticket, I was only making $100, $100, $50 every once in a while. You can continue to generate customers, and that's great, but it's all going to be on that small line. So the way you can do this is that you can charge small upfront, where you're just charging a small fee up front, and then after they get into your programs, then you can upsell them into other things. That's one way to do it, to really get them in, show that you can deliver value, and then upsell them into higher ticket products. Or you can just go straight for it right away. Now your conversions are going to be a little bit lower, and you just need to drive a lot of traffic before you can expect to get a ton of customers jumping through the door and purchasing. But those are kind of the two routes that you can go. Okay, if you are going to go high ticket right away, then I would recommend that you sell through something like an event-based type of marketing, where it's like a webinar or even just a phone call, free consultation. Those are the two best ways to actually close down high ticket sales in the beginning. If you want to go the kind of the more ascension route that we talk a lot about, just do kind of a video sales letter or just a regular sales letter for a small price point, and then you can do some initial upsells, and then once they get inside your program, then you can upsell them onto a phone call and then close them down into a coaching program or whatever it is that your high ticket program is. Okay, but again, just remember that you have to match the value of the price. You can't just take your ebook and say, hey, I want to charge $1,000 for this. Now you really have to give the value, and you have to really focus on getting your customers results. And if you can get your customers results, then you can charge a lot of money, because that's really what they want. They're paying for you helping them get the result that they're after. They're not necessarily paying for the benefits, the features. They just want that result. And that's why the most successful marketers and business people in the world are the most successful, is because they are helping their customers get results. Okay, guys, so that's really the story and the intrinsics that went into me generating my first $10,000 a month and beyond from there. So again, if you guys are more interested in this high ticket stuff and you want to get a little bit more in depth and detailed, I will start putting together a video training course, or just a video training that shows all the intrinsic details about this stuff. So if you are interested in that, put down in the comments high ticket, and I will start putting that together. But thank you for watching this video, guys. I appreciate your time. Hopefully I gave you an insane amount of value that maybe you haven't really understood before, or you haven't heard before, but it really is game changing. Okay, and stuff can happen much, much quicker than if you're just selling stuff for $1, $5, $15, $100, stuff like that. Things change drastically when you start selling high value programs, products, services for a high price point. Okay, it's a much more fulfilling avenue if that's really the route you're going for, but also you can stand to make a whole lot more money. Okay, so make sure and follow me on Instagram, make sure and subscribe to the channel, share this with some friends if you think they can get some value out of this, and we will look forward to seeing you on the next video.